Hey everybody. For the last week or so, I've been wanting to send out a message of gratitude and also just a reflection on the year. Just reached 50 subscribers in my humble beginnings. I wanted to send a note to say thank you for those of you that have decided to follow me on this journey, listen to a song or two, or maybe hear about what I'm reading, that kind of thing. It took me a while to make this video because my heart is really heavy right now. My hometown has been invaded by masked military uh, who uh, who don't think the law applies to them. That's scary. There are more agents in this city, federal agents, than there are police officers, and that's for both Minneapolis and St. Paul combined. So it's hard to see all these videos of the streets that I actually personally grew up in, flooded with these incidents and with this violence and this energy. Um, and that somebody got killed as a result of this stuff that's happening. So anyway, I wanted to just acknowledge that before I go into everything else, because um, I do want to send out a reflection. I do want to send out a thank you to those of you that are following. And I'm sure that many of you who know what's happening here, your hearts are also heavy. This has been a big year of change for me, um, in a lot of ways, both professionally and personally. Um, this last summer, I decided I was going to start taking writing music seriously. And I started to treat songwriting as a discipline instead of something that I just do when lightning strikes. As part of that, I started reading a lot more to get inspiration. I started looking at poetry. I started looking at um, more mystical kind of writings, things like that, just to give me some ideas to write about. And I think what's interesting is that the process of doing the research so that I had something to write about in song has actually changed me quite profoundly. So just by the action of saying I want to take songwriting as a discipline has caused me to grow and learn in ways that are unexpected. And I'm grateful for that too. I know some of my songs have taken a weird turn. um, and I'm learning to be unapologetic about that because um, from where I've been, I almost feel like I need to apologize for it. But I'm trying to tell myself, you don't have to apologize. Those songs are what they are, and they're part of the process of you learning and thinking about different things and expressing it. So I give those songs unapologetically as much as I can, and I'll get better at being unapologetic as I go. Um, I used to consider myself a basement songwriter, someone who just wrote songs in their basement and never came out to the light of day with their music to share it with other people, except maybe in some few intimate settings around a campfire or something like that. And this year, I also decided to start going to open mics and meeting other musicians. And I've met some wonderful local songwriters and musicians, and I'm building a community around that, and that has been very valuable to me. That's another thing I'm grateful for from the last year. Um, I'm just looking at my notes. Sorry. One of the nice things about YouTube is that it allows you to find your audience. Because I understand that the stuff that I write or do is not for everybody. But having the whole world as a stage, so to speak, and having YouTube being the platform on which can reach the whole world, then those that are interested can find me. And I find that to be interesting and fascinating. Uh, I think that art is best when it's shared. So I'm glad that I'm doing it, and I'm also doing it in a way that I'm not censoring myself. So I think one reason why I was a basement songwriter is because I always said, well, the song's not done yet, so I can't share it, or it's not good enough yet, so I can't share it. So what you are seeing is me as I am today, with the whatever equipment I have today. And a lot of times I'll post the song soon after writing it, knowing that the phrasing, maybe in a few words, are likely to change over time. But then I figure there'll probably be another recording of that song later, and people can see the difference and the journey of how that develops over time. When it comes to building that audience, I'm not in a hurry. I'm okay with 50. I'm very, very grateful for 50. And I don't need to have a business plan or anything to get up to this many subscribers or whatever. That's not the reason why I'm doing this. I'm doing this so I have a platform for it to be shared. And I'm grateful that there is an observer on the other side that I'm sharing it with. I'm grateful for the comments that I get. I'm grateful for the curiosity. So thank you. I appreciate all of you being a part of my journey. I encourage comments. If you have any questions about the music or the songs or when I do books, I'm always curious about people. I'm curious about where you come from. I'm curious about what your interests are, because to me, sharing that with each other is part of sharing humanity and our experience. So hopefully we can build this together. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here.